poetry is a textbook meant for not beginners, but still children of Vedanta. Apart from the pressure of the demand in the heart of the poet, philosopher Shankara, the poetic pressure. He is reveling in poetry. He feels that a little repetition of the same ideas is necessary because it is so subtle. A subtle idea all the students may not immediately understand. One may understand the third time or the fourth time repeated, but another guy may wait there for the next 122 repetitions, so that he is repeating. Shastra always repeats, especially when it is addressed to students. Not in the scripture. In the scripture, repetition is a sin in the scriptural style. But in Puranas, in all texts that are meant for the students, to educate the student, repetition is unavoidable. It continues. Here again you will find the same ideas that have been already said, repeated again and again, so that the student may get established in
Svaprakashamadhishtanam Swayam bhuya sadatmana Brahmandamapi pindandam Tyajyatam malabhandavat
Swaprakasha adhisthana, self-effulgent consciousness, which is the adhisthana, which is the substratum, upon which all other physical, mental, intellectual experiences are dancing about, and you and I are out there. We are conscious of them. Swaprakasham adhisthana, and that is a substratum, the subject, the pure state of consciousness, which is Swaprakasha, which doesn't need the instruments or sense organs of the mind or the intellect to perceive it, because these very instruments are perceiving things in the light of awareness. Tasya bhasa. Dekho, what knowledge. How do you, any scriptures, the moment I say you, so, yata, tasya bhasa sarvamidam vibhat. Its light, but because of its light, everything is being illumined. Therefore, this Swaprakasha adhishthanam swayambhuya sadatmana. It's not that you recognize it, that is only information, that there is an Atman, which is substratum. Oh, understood. A little logic also. Oh, achha. Again you are understanding with the intellect only. Swayam bhutva, having woken up to that state of consciousness, awakened to that state of consciousness, sadatmana, to remain there at all times as I am the Atman. Just as you are today, you know that you are you, the ego. Even in the night, or just to wake up from your deepest sleep and ask you, who are you? You'll say, I am. Isn't it? Every one of you. If I ask you, who are you? I am, thank you, sit down. You? I am Christian. I am Muslim. I am atheist. I am theist. I am. I is common. Thereafterwards, your delusion comes. I am son of, I am that, I am this, I am intellectually this, emotionally this, I am an engineer or college journalist. All that is all about you. But who are you? I. At this moment, that I is identified with the BMI. That ego, when it wakes up to that adhisthana, that substratum, as your own nature. So, swaprakasha adhisthana, swayam bhutva. Not that you have understood it. No, no, no. You have become that. The dreamer, swayam bhutva, waking, become the waker. Sadatmana. Then thereafter, Brahmandam abhi pindandam. Brahmanda, the macrocosmic universe. Pindanda, your microcosmic body, mind and intellect. So not only you renounce BMI, but the samashti, the total universe of names and forms, the universe of feelings and thoughts, which is a substratum for Narayana, the Lord, Maya, the total vasana. Give up both, no more anything. Throw them both. Pindan, Brahmandam abhi Pindandam. Both of them, Tyajatam. Give up. No more any worry about the individually, my physical, my back is paining, my neck. There is no back at all, because I have no back. I have got only one front, all pervading. But I am losing weight. See, yaar, all weight is only because of you. Think, you are the consciousness. So having woken up to that state of consciousness, give up both Pindanda idea and the Brahmanda idea. The totality of the universe, of things and beings in the universe, and your own private world of microcosm and the macrocosm. Throw them, tyajatam, reject them, renounce them, throw them away. Mala bhandavad, as a bundle of garbage. Rejected things on the roadside, which is all collected by the corporation or municipality, and they are taking it. Dead cat, dead rat, dead dog, and all the filth that is there on the roadside, which is being carried away from the town and dumped somewhere, like a dirty, filthy, unholy, insanitary bundle. Throw both, you and your individual world, and the universe. Brahmandam api pindandam, tyaja, give up. Tyajatam, may you give it up. Mala bandhavad, bandam, a bundle of filth, throw it away. Meaning, no regret. I threw it away. Will anybody say, that filth in the house, collected and throw it away? I should not have thrown away. I should have looked carefully, maybe something in it. No. You don't second time think about it. You forget all about it, because it is so much of filth that was in the house, gone. I am happy about it. Malavandaval.
Chidatmani sadanande Deharudhamaham dhiyam Niveshya lingamutsrujya Kevalo bhava sarvada.
Chidatmani, in that pure consciousness, Sadananda, which is ever blissful. So in that blissful state of pure consciousness, or in that state of conscious bliss, in that higher state of consciousness, Deharudha aham dhiyam. At this moment, You and I have got the aham idea, arudha, holding on to this deha body. Today when you say, or you and I say, I mean this bundle of body, mind and intellect, my thoughts and my physical body, plus the possessions that I have got. All these mixed together is called I. This is the false I. This is the identification with the snake. This short I, small I, which is now riding on the body, on your identification with the body, in that Chidatman, which is all blissful conscious bliss or blissful consciousness, in that nivesha, enter it into it. O dreamer, enter your identity. You are not the dreamer. Rediscover your identity with a wake-up. Nivesha, enter into it, meaning wake up to that state of consciousness. Lingamutsrijya. How can I wake up, Swamiji? Rejecting the linga sharira. Linga sharira, subtle body. Subtle body means mind and intellect. Mind and intellect means thought flow. Quieten the thought flow in the intensity of contemplation. No more entertaining any of the objects of the outer world in your awareness. To be aware of the objects of the world outside are called thoughts. When I am exclusively aware or turning my entire attention unto Him, I am turning to the subject. There are no objects. Since I am not trying to become conscious of objects, there are no thoughts. Thus, lingamutsrij. Linga sharira, subtle, sukshma sharira, both are typical. Two words of the same meaning. Paryaya. Two words to indicate the same thing. Linga sharira, utsrija, giving up the linga sharira, kevalo bhava sarvada. There afterwards, till the end of time. End of time you cannot say because you have gone beyond time. But unless I say end of time, you will not understand. For all times thereafter, kevalo bhava. Kevala is a typical philosophical terminology used by almost all the 6 schools of philosophy. Kevala Krishna, Kevala Ram, Bhakti Marga also they use it. Kevalo Bhava. Kevala is a situation where the ordinary distinctions that you and I recognize in the world of plurality are all totally negated. The distinctions that you see in the world outside are of 3 kinds. Sajatiya, of the same species, there is distinction. All are cows, but cow to cow there is a distinction. The cow is not the goat is not the camel. There are distinctions. Sajatiya. Vijadiya. As just now I said, the cow is different from the buffalo. It's Vijadiya. It's another jati. The same jati, the cows, there's the brown one, the white one, the grand one. A cow who has got nothing but a huge belly, one stomach at one end, and dung comes by the other end. In between, a manufacturing company of milk. It is called Jersey cows. Long, therefore they eat an enormous quantity, and they are not like you. they yield to the world also enormous quantity of milk. You eat a lot, nothing comes out of it. Milk serves the community. It's called Jersey cows. The Jersey cow is not the ordinary cow. The Gujarati cow is different from the, what is that very famous cows? I think it is Agra cows. I mean, what I meant was there are certain cows. If you've got any doubts, ask Ram Kripalani. He is a cow specialist. What are all the cows? Varieties of cows are there. The brown one, the green one, the black one. With horn, without horn, much horn, very little horn. Varieties are there. And the pygmy cows of the mountains. In the mountains, the cows are all very pygmy, very small. And they give you only very small quantity of milk. Because all the milk is assimilated into his system because he over-exercises. So these girls who run, who does sports, games, they never grow. Why? Whatever that is eating is been digested, assimilated, and in perspiration goes. Over-exercise. When you do over-exercise, you become slimmed up, burnt up. Similarly, these mountain cows has to go up and find out its grass, and thus it has to go up the mountain and come down the mountain, all the strains, and therefore they give only very little milk, but they are highly nutritive as compared with the other milk in all other cows. So there are varieties of cows, that is all that you want. And the cow is different from buffalo, the cow is different from the camel, elephant, tiger, like Vijadiya is another jati altogether. Not only that there is a Sajatiya and Vijatiya differences, but also Swagata difference. In yourself there is no distinction. The head is not like the hands, hands are not like the legs. Legs are not, yes. Legs are not like your neck. The toe is not like your nose. Exceptions allowed. Toe is not like the nose, nose is not like the ears, ears are not like the eyes. Within the same specimen, there is a lot of differences. There where Sajatiya, Vijatiya, Swagata, Bheta, Rahita, Eka Vastu is called Kevala. Homogeneous mass of one. Like space. Space has no distinctions. Like space, all pervading. Kevalo bhava. May you come to experience that Kevalo bhava sarvada, continuously, because you have gone beyond the time.
Yatraisha jagadabhasaha darpanantah puram yatha tad brahmahamiti jnatva krita krityo bhavishyasi.
Yatra, there where, carefully, yatra, there where, esha, this, jagat, world of plurality, bhasani, apparent illusion of these names and forms, where is it staying? there where you recognize the world of plurality. Darpanandar Nagar Yatha. Just as on the roadside, in India, in the pawn shop, there is a mirror. On the roadside, a mirror. That Darpana mirror will reflect everything in front of it. And you recognize a world, buildings, people, traffic. Darpanandar Andah Puram Yatha. Puram, city. A whole city you are seeing. And they are dynamic. They are moving about, intelligently discussing things. All this you can see. Where? In the mirror. So there where you recognize the world of plurality, as you recognize the entire city or the street in a mirror. And this example is very, very important. Mirror rejects nothing. Thing. Reflects everything. Keeps nothing. So long as you are standing in front of it on the roadside and smiling, your ugly face will be in the mirror. The moment you go out, that face of yours, of which others were suffering, will go. And in the mirror, nothing. Mirror is a funny factor. It accepts everything. It doesn't say that, oh, you are so ugly, I am not going to reflect. No. Stand in front of it, it will reflect. Whether it's a donkey or you. Whether the donkey and you have gone, there is nothing in the mirror. Mirror keeps nothing. Reflects everything. It rejects nothing. Consciousness rejects nothing in the world. But it only reflects the world. And when the world is ended, meaning you have gone beyond the mind and intellect, in that consciousness, there is nothing of the world of plurality that you saw before. Thus, yatra, there where, esha jagat, this world of plurality, is bhasate, is apparently there as a city in a mirror. Tad brahmahamidi jnatva. That is me, the Brahman. Not that is Brahman. That is me, the Brahman. It is in me standing the whole world of my physical, mental, and intellectual experiences of plurality. They are all there playing about in the consciousness. Consciousness never rejects. If I think of vulgar things, of criminal things, prompted by my lust and greed and passion and endless avarice, it rejects nothing, accepts everything, but keeps nothing. He is immaculate at all times. Nothing sticks on to him. He is the light in which all experiences are shining. Just as no part of the world is ever in the sun, but in the sunlight alone the world is shining this great factor, like the mirror, this great factor, that Brahma Aham, I am that pure Brahman. Idi jnatva kritakrityo bhavishyati. You come to a state of total satisfaction, total fulfillment. Why? Once you realize that, there is nothing more for you to do, to achieve, to gain. All these desires will come only in your mind according to your vasanas. Once the desires come, mental agitations and then the physical body must get out and sweat and toil to fulfill them. But when once you have realized that I am that like a mirror, that is all, like a mirror, full stop. Be like a mirror. Reject nothing. Oh, this is bad, that is bad, this is bad. No. Why should the mirror worry if the donkey is standing in front of it and smiling? And Miss India comes and the same mirror. Nothing to gain, nothing to lose. Why? I am the mirror. Then why are you reflecting? That is my nature. Anybody coming in front of me, I will reflect. Even if you are ugly, you may not like to see it second time, but the mirror will reflect you. Isn't it? Whether you are unshaven or shaven, mirror will reflect you. It doesn't affect the mirror at all. Thus, the Atman, the Self, is untouched by all your activities, physical, mental, intellectual. But all of them are shining because of you. Having understood this nature of the Self in you, earlier said, Kevalo Bhava. Come to experience that with no distinctions. One homogeneous mass of consciousness you are. Here it is said, like the mirror. Come to experience that state and come to enjoy Krita Krityata. In the world outside you can never get Krita Krityata. When you do this, you will find, yeah, that also to be done. Right? It was an open place, nice place it was. Then he said, let us have a hall here. Suffering started. And the hall is done and the roofing is cracking. And it is then change it, then light is not there, therefore put glasses. Glasses of then the birds started purifying you. So the birds are, what is it? False ceiling. A false ceiling, if you put it, then light will not come, therefore don't cover the port. I don't know, bulbs are no light. It goes on. There is no krita krityata. I have done all that is to be done. There is nothing more for me to do and gain anything. That fullness of satisfaction comes in that higher state of consciousness. As you move towards it, the sense of krita krityata start coming in. It's not waiting till you realize there. But to the degree that you are reaching there, to that degree peace and joy and krita krityata, contentment, fulfillment comes to you. May you come to experience that total fulfillment.
Yat satyabhutam nijarupamadyam Chidadvayanandamarupamakhriyam Tadetya mithya vapurutsrujeta Shailushavadveshamupatamatmanaha
Here that which is Satyam, meaning Satyam. Truth means? That which is in the same in the past, present and future. Trikala Badhita Vastu. So, here that which is Satyam, that which is the same in the past, present and the future. This consciousness is all the time with you. When you are born, you are conscious of that discomfort and you cried. In the early childhood, you have been conscious. When you grew up, you were conscious. When you are a teenager, you are conscious. Middle age, you are conscious. Old age and pain all over, you are conscious. When is it that you are not conscious? Unless your neighbor or your enemy helped you to become unconscious for some time. All the time you are conscious. In the waking state, dream state, deep sleep state, you are conscious. This is Satyam. It was in the past, it is now in the present, it shall be in the future. Yes, that which is Satyam, Satyabhutam, Nija Rupam, it is your true nature. Nija Rupa Adyam. Adyam, that which was in the beginning. In the beginning means, before the first second started, in time, first second started, Brahman the Atman was there to make it you conscious of the first second. So he was there already a second before the first second. Adyam, the beginning. He who was in the beginning. Chidvayananda arupa makriyam. Chit is pure consciousness. Advayananda, non-dual bliss. It's not bliss or joy because of something. Now that you and I know only that when the objects in the outer world is conducive to my vasanas, I say, maja, maja. And if it is contrary to it, it's a hell to remain here. Some of you understand and enjoy Vedanta, to you it's heaven. Those who don't understand Vedanta and don't want it also, musibat. It's Shruni, I mean it never ends. That Swami is talking. He likes to hear his own voice, that is why he is talking. He says, I don't understand why he is doing. Nobody is understanding. From his standpoint, nobody is understanding. To him, it is an agony. Somehow he finishes the 10 days and go away with a conviction and a decision that hereafter, no satsang anywhere. I had it enough. Thank you. Enough is enough. Nicha Rupa Chidva Advayananda. This Ananda bliss, which is the nature of the reality, is not because something, but it is its own nature. Advayananda, Arupa, without any form. Without any form means all-pervading. Akriya, he has no activity. Unemployed constantly. Why? There is no desire in him. To get something, he is already paripurna, full. And in order to act, there must be a desire. Desire must create agitations, mind is not there. And agitation, in order to fulfill, there must be a body, body is not there. The body, even if it is there, it cannot function because without the world of plurality, where will you function? In Narayana, there is neither BMI, nor PFT, nor OET, nor vasanas to generate desires, and therefore no work. Egocentric, selfish activities will not spring forth from a man of realization. That doesn't mean a man of realization will only lie down in one corner and continuously sleep, and the devotees come and feed them and all that. No, no, no. He is more vigorously work in the world outside than anybody else. Then why should a man of realization work? When he is told that he is a Kriya, he is a Kriya. Or no action of his, he is a Kriya. Why? There is neither ego, nor selfishness. Then why should he work? भाई स्त्री नहीं है, बच्चा नहीं है, क्या काम कर रहे हैं, क्या के लिए? He works. The work of such a master is a form of expressing his infinite love. Just as a mother loves a child and therefore constantly worries about it, it is an expression of love. He is in a love game with the world around, recognizing all the forms as nothing but himself, the self, the divine, in different forms. He is playing a game. Krida. Himself becoming the many, and Krida. Serve them, help them. He wants himself nothing, expects nothing, demands nothing, needs nothing. But he sometime comes out of his own true nature and deliberately recognizes the world of plurality, knowing all the time that all these are in my mirror a reflection. I don't keep anything. I don't want anything. Then why are you working? Out of sheer love. It is the concretization of a subtle, infinite love for living beings. All names and forms are himself. Just as I scratch my leg. Why? Why should you scratch? If you want to scratching their whole leg, you find out somebody. My hands are not free. Will you say that? Don't you go and scratch? Because that scratching happiness is for both. Why? I am in the hand, I am in the leg. It's not your leg. If your leg is scratching, just scratch back. A little more front, a little more forward, a little more forward. You get tired and you scratch him permanently, the mark will be there. But when you yourself want to scratch, even if you can't reach there, you go to the nearest wall. Like a buffalo, you scratch. Why? Satisfaction. Similarly, a man of realization always thinks of the good for others. And he goes on working from morning till evening. Not that he wants anything. So it is a concretization of his love that he functions in the world outside. But as Atman the Brahman, in moments of meditation, he is no more projecting out. Therefore the world of plurality has merged into that one infinite consciousness divine, which is Advaya Ananda, with nothing else but sheer bliss. There the total sense of gratification and fulfillment in that state. And as that fullness, in that fullness, he has no work at all. Because there is no desire to do anything, gain anything. Tadetya mithyavapurusrijeta. Tadetya, tad, that state. Etya, having reached that state. having awakened to that state of consciousness, Vapurutsajeda. Give up your identification with the body, mind and intellect, the gross and subtle and the causal bodies, the five koshas. Give it up! Utsraja. Shailusha Vada. Like Shailush. Shailush is an actor. Actor, half hungry. He has come to act, so the director may give him 20 rupees for the night acting. And in the end, His Highness, the sole monarch of that whole kingdom. For that there is a certain dress which shines in the light, crown, and he orders, "Soldier, come here! Bring that fellow and cut his head off." It is done, all these are done. He is not brought, but it is brought in a plate with a coconut inside and a piece of cloth there. What is that? Head of the minister. But I told you to bring him here and do it. Sir, the carpet will be spoiled. So we cut him there and the head. Okay. He was the king, isn't it? When the main curtain is down, good night has been told. The crowd is getting up and going away. Satisfied, he goes to the green room and there he removes his mustache first, because that is what was tickling in his nose. And thereafter, his dresses all removed. And who is he? The half-starving, hungry guy who came all the way from 5 kilometers away on a bicycle. And he himself wears his dhoti and lift the dhoti and get onto the cycle, 20 rupees on the dhoti, rolled, he goes away. He came as a miserable guy. He goes as a miserable guy. In between, he played the part of the king or the buffoon or the criminal. He played the game. And the moment he changes his dress, he becomes what he was before, and he goes back again to his own wife and half a dozen children, because the actors always get more children, half a dozen children. They go there. In the same way, you, Paramatman, dressed up in the Panchakoshas, was playing the part of, I am an ego. Lord is not giving me what I want. Tears and sorrows and tragedies, you remained as an ego. When in this meditation, when you undress yourself, Shailushavada, like the actor at the end of the drama, Veshamupattamatmana, all that vesha, all that dress to make believe for the crowd, stupid crowd, to make them believe that I am a king or a soldier or a commander-in-chief or whatever, or a buffoon. And in some of the drama centers, drama groups, it is the gentleman who becomes the stree. So between the third act and the fourth act, there will be a little time. There will be songs and all that. Why? That lady is having the last shave. Because the drama was 2.5 hours. In 2.5 hours, it has started coming out. So he had to have another shave. That is why sometimes dressing. Dressing means the lady has to shave once more, because it's a gentleman who has got an effeminate voice. And therefore he is like, the fools who are sitting there who have paid money for it, they enjoy. That lady part was really good. Yeah. If you let him go and shave again, then you will understand. What is this? This lady has got a dark patch around the Shailushavat Veshamupatta Atmana. The Atman who was playing the part of an ego, crying, reaching a guru, surrendering, oh Lord, save me, Trahimam, Pahimam. Who? Acting the part. How beautifully you act. What gracious acting. But when one's in contemplation, you drop off these dress of a limited, stupid ego with the three bodies or the five koshas and go beyond it. You are not gaining anything. You become what you are. You gain your own true nature.
Sarvatmana drishyamidam rishaiva Naivahamartha kshanikatva darshanat Janamyaham sarvamiti pratitihi Kutohamadehe kshanikasya siddhyet
Sarvatmana. When once you have awakened to that state of consciousness and realized that the Atman in me is Sarvatman, he is the Atman everywhere, is one mass of consciousness. When I realize that, from that standpoint, we'll have to say that the world of plurality were Mrisha false. Don't now say that the world is full of false. The moment you say world is false, I will inform Trilokinath. This delegate need not have any food or not because he knows it is all false. Careful, don't say it in my presence. Among yourself you can bluff. It's all unreal. It is not unreal. To the dreamer, the dream is never unreal. It is only when the dreamer is woken up from the waking state, when he looks back, he'll have to say that it is all Mrisha, it is all false. It was never there in the three periods of time. It was an apparent illusion. So don't sit down now and say, Swamiji, Brahman hai, so why should I take bath? I am all pervading. Who will give me water? No bath. And thus spread sorrow to all others around you. Kapda, why don't you... Kya Swamiji? There is a Mahatma there in Uttarakashi. मिट्टी से आया है, मट्टी में जाना है, इसके बीच में कपड़ा में थोड़ा मट्टी हो तो क्या हो गया? बस, I have risen from clay or mud and I am going back to mud. In between my clothes I've got a little mud. What does it matter? Why? The washing is difficult. That is called tamas. So he has realized total, absolute tamas. Had he been a rock, he would have been happier in this world. He is nearer the rock than the human being. Why do you forget things? Why do you do that? Swamiji, kya forgetting is, I don't remember anything at all. Why? What is there to remember? These are all false. Don't go about. Vedanta is not for expression in words, but actually to be experienced. Or else you can say that, what Guru, what text, what meditation class. I have all known it. What? It's all one Brahman. Understood. Let me sleep. Stupid Thomas. Such students must be kept in one tamas and with another tamas, Narayana. So don't cheat yourself with Vedanta. Vedanta is meant to relieve you, to upright you, to take you up into a greater state. And you stupidly interprets it in such a way that it becomes your own suicidal self-destruction. So then here the teacher says, Sarvatmana drishyamidam mrishaiva. Not that it is all mrisha. All these are the world of plurality is unreal. No! Sarvatmana. When you are experiencing that higher state, then the world that was familiar to you, interpreted to the ego in you through your body, mind and intellect, that world of plurality, OET, suddenly disappears and you realize that they were all Misha. Naivahamarthakshanikatva darshana. And it is at that time you suddenly realize this aham, 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 aham. Everyone, every moment you know that you are you. I. This I in you is really Mrisha. You have been cheated. You have been made a sucker in life. No, Swamiji, I am. No, beta, that I is not there. It is false. Maya has made you a sucker. Maya, due to the non-apprehension of reality, misapprehensions and the mental agitations. That's why an ego is risen. And that ego you think that is permanent one. Therefore, when you are old, you take up the pen and paper and start writing your autobiography. What? The story of me. This I is false. Why? Kshanikatva. This I is constantly changing. The I that you had when you were an infant, is that I now? As a boy or a girl, is that I now? As a teenager, that I is still now? Middle age. Is the same I? This I in you is changing from time to time. The waker I is not the dreamer I. It's a totally a different guy altogether. And yet, you have got a feeling. No, Swamiji, what are you talking? It's all one. Yes. If it is all one, it cannot be the waker, dreamer, deep sleeper. It cannot be the child, the middle age, the old age entity. That is all because of your relationship between the childhood body or middle-aged body or old-age body. Child-age thoughts and feelings and emotions, youthful thoughts and emotions. Identified with it, you say I. But this I was constantly changing, never the same. And yet, in your old age, you can sit down in a coffee shop or in a tea stall or visit your friend and say that in 1943, when I was in so-and-so place, I was IAS officer there, and then the boss asked me, I turned to him and said, go and hang yourself. How is it that you are remembering what some individuality that you had in 1943, which is not today now? There must be then something that is common to you then and now. And that is consciousness. That consciousness is you, the permanent, the eternal, the immutable. But you are misunderstanding yourself to be I, the physical, the mental, the intellectual, limited entity. This I that you are now feeling is not real. That I is kshanikatva. Kshanika, ever changing. Kshanikatva darshana. You are experiencing. You are not the child that you were. You are not that teenager when you are middle-aged. You are not that middle-aged man when you are old. Hi, it's changing. The ego is constantly changing according to the quality and quantity of thoughts and the physical environments. Yet, you have the experience that, no, Swamiji, these are all strung together in my memory. Yes. Therefore, there must be something in you which is playing as the childhood I, the middle-aged I, the old-age I. There is something that connects you. I, the waker and experiences, I, the dreamer and experiences, I, the deep sleeper and experiences. Therefore, it cannot be the I that you now consider as you. He is not real because kshanikatva, it is ever changing. Janamyaham sarvamiti pratiti. And every one of you have got a feeling that, what are you talking, Swamiji? I know what? Everything that happened. And by God's grace, I remember even what things happened in 3-year-old. I remember. I got a sharp memory. How can you remember all of them? It's a pratiti. It's only a feeling that I, the stupid ego, remembers it. No. Behind the stupid ego was the one consciousness that was constantly there, with reference to which you are saying that, I remember. A remembrance can only be think. You, none of you can remember how I struggled when I was with Swami Tapovanji Maharaj. You cannot remember. Why not you remember? I said, Swamiji, I was not there. Similarly, I can never remember any one of your stupid experiences. Why? I was not with you. What do you mean by that? The rememberer and the experiencer must be one and the same. I can't have memory of your experiences. You can never have memory of my experiences. Unless we both together, when we were in the same university, set fire to the laboratory. Then I can meet you and say, hey, remember what we achieved in the university? Who can forget it better? I don't remember. Why? Both of us were in the same experience then. Mutually we can remember. But your experience are yours, my experience are mine. Now, the waker, the dreamer, deep sleeper. And yet, I can remember all those meanings. There must be something that is common. in the waking, dream and deep sleep state, which is not the waker, the dreamer, the deep sleeper. Because when the dreamer comes, the waker gone, is absent. And when I deep sleep, both the waker and the dreamer is ended. And yet, next day morning when I wake up, I remember yesterday in the waking state this happened, and in the dream I had this dream, and then I slept like a log, and now I got up. How can you remember? Unless it's your experience. So what is the silken thread upon which all your experience are strung together? It can't be the ego, because the waker is not in the dreamer, dreamer is not in the deep sleep state. Then who can? Consciousness. In the waking I was conscious, in the dream I was conscious, in the deep sleep I was conscious of the absence of everything. Consciousness is all the time with me, in childhood, middle age, old age, every time, all the time. The disappointments and dejections, all the happiness and successes, all of them are conscious, conscious, conscious. This consciousness is steady, undying, constant with us. This aham idea, sarvamiti pratiti, the feeling that I remember everything, clearly proves there is not the ego that is remembering, but it is with reference to the same consciousness. Kutohamadehe kshanikasya siddhe. How can, when this ego is constantly changing, how can you have the total remembrance of all the past experiences? Who is the Sakshi, who stood apart and watched all of them and experienced everything? Thing. Three of you are going to three different theaters for seeing the pictures. Three brothers, let us. When you all come back again after the second show and taking your dinner together on the table, you know the story that you saw. He suffered that story that he saw, and I got collapsed by the tragedy of choosing the wrong story in the wrong time. Each one doesn't know what the other one is doing, isn't it? Next day morning or evening or noon, your mother knows all the three stories. How? Each brother, in the absence of the other two, went and told Mummy that the picture was like this. Oh. Now she has all the memory of all those reported, isn't it? In the same way, the waker, what he has done, the dreamer doesn't know. The dreamer doesn't know what the deep sleeper is doing. Deep sleeper doesn't know what the waker is doing. And yet, you have got the memory, pratiti, that I know everything, I remember everything. With reference to whom are you saying that? It can't be. This ever-changing ego. It is the permanent, the eternal consciousness in you. Aham padartha.
Aham padarthastvaham sakshi. Swaham sakshi. Nityam sushuptavapi bhava darshanat. Brute hyajo nitya iti shruti swayam. Tat pratyagatma sadasad vilakshanaha.
Good.